Hello students, welcome to the lecture on facility systems, and after this lecture we will be able to learn the following objectives: discuss about water and wastewater systems, explain the electrical systems, discuss the heating, ventilation and air conditioning systems, describe the lighting systems, explain to safety and security systems. Let's start with the concept of facility system. The facility systems consist of the structural systems, the atmospheric systems, the enclosure systems, the lighting, electrical, communication systems, the life safety systems, and the sanitation systems. The layout consists of all equipment, machinery and furnishings within the building envelope, and the handling system consists of the mechanisms needed to satisfy the required facility interactions. Why is facilities planning important? Facilities planning must be a continuing activity in any organization that plans to keep abreast of developments in its field. Economic considerations force a constant re-evaluation and recognition of existing systems, personnel and equipment. New machines and processes render older models and methods obsolete. With the rapid changes in production techniques and equipment that have taken place in the recent past and those that are expected in the future, very few companies will be able to retain their old facilities or layouts without severely damaging their competitive position in the marketplace. Productivity improvements must be realized as quickly as they become available for implementation. Facilities planning can increase plant productivity and reduce costs by reducing or eliminating all activities that are unnecessary or wasteful. A facility's design should accomplish this goal in terms of material handling, personnel and equipment utilization, reduced inventories and increased quality. If an organization continually updates its production operations to be as efficient and effective as possible, then there must be continuous re-layout and rearrangement activity in progress. Let us now study the water and wastewater systems. The water and wastewater systems sector is vulnerable to a variety of attacks, including contamination with deadly agents, physical attacks such as the release of toxic gaseous chemicals, and cyber attacks. If these attacks were realized, the result could be large number of illnesses or casualties and or a denial of service that would also impact public health and economic vitality. Critical services such as firefighting and healthcare, hospitals, and other dependent and interdependent sectors such as energy, food and agriculture, and transportation systems would suffer negative impacts from a denial of service in the water and wastewater systems sector. Water usage. We use large amounts of water each day as water serves many different purposes. We use water to drink, to do the dishes, to take a shower, to flush the toilet, to cook dinner, and for many other purposes. But water is not only used for domestic purposes, humans also use water in the industries and in agriculture. In agriculture, water is mainly used to water crops, but in the industries, it serves many different purposes. It can serve as an ingredient of a product we produce, but it can also be a part of the whole production process. Water can be used to cool substances in the production process, for transportation and conditioning of raw materials, for boiling or cooking, for flushing, as a cleaning agent, and for product transport by shipping. Water used inside the home varies from household to household, individual to individual. Even though we have seen a decrease in the amount of water used, there remains heightened concern for the quality of water. The quantity of water is a given. Water quality is not. With increases in population come increased demands for water-based recreation activities in addition to good quality drinking water. As a household, a community, a state and a nation, we must continue to make good decisions and good use of our precious water resource. Water quality. The quality of any body of surface or groundwater is a function of either both natural influences and human influences. Without human influences, water quality would be determined by the weathering of bedrock minerals, by the atmospheric processes of evapotranspiration and the deposition of dust and salt by wind, by the natural leaching of organic matter and nutrients from soil, by hydrological factors that lead to runoff, and by biological processes within the aquatic environment that can alter the physical and chemical composition of water. Heating. The hot water tends to flow upwards and cold water tends to flow downwards. The elevation of the supply and return lines are therefore important for proper functionality. The low differential pressure in the system demands increased pipes and valves dimensions. The gravity system will also have a relative low heating capacity because of low medium temperatures in the heating elements, water conservation and swimming pool. The most important step in the direction of finding solutions to issues of water and environmental conservation is to change people's attitudes and habits. This includes each one of us. Conserve water because it is the right thing to do. We can follow some of the simple things that have been listed and contribute to water conservation. Try to do one thing each day that will result in saving water. Do not worry if the savings are minimal. Every drop counts. We can make a difference. Remember to use only the amount we actually need. Form a group of water-conscious people and encourage our friends and neighbors to be part of this group. Promote water conservation in community newsletters and on bulletin boards. Encourage our friends, neighbors and co-workers to also contribute. Encourage our family to keep looking for new ways to conserve water in and around our home. Rainwater harvesting. In urban areas, the construction of houses, footpaths and roads has left little exposed earth for water to soak in. In parts of the rural areas of India, flood water quickly flows to the rivers, which then dry up soon after the rains stop. If this water can be held back, it can seep into the ground and recharge the groundwater supply. This has become a very popular method of conserving water, especially in the urban areas. Rainwater harvesting essentially means collecting rainwater on the roofs of buildings and storing it underground for later use. Not only does this recharging arrest groundwater depletion, it also raises the declining water table and can help augment water supply. Rainwater harvesting and artificial recharging are becoming very important issues. It is essential to stop the decline in groundwater levels, arrest seawater ingress, that is, prevent seawater from moving landward and conserve surface water runoff during the rainy season. Now moving on to the next topic, we will study the electrical systems. The industrial equipment industry is facing increasing challenges in electrical systems design and management. In the past, electrical devices and harness routes were designed by fitting them in spaces left by mechanical engineers. In some cases, the fitting is even done during physical mock-up validation. Today, the rising complexity and importance of electronic features incorporated in industrial equipment products, high price of electrical equipments and cabling have made electrical system design one of the key activities in product development rather than an afterthought. The DS Complete solution enables standard electrical components definition and catalog management, which cuts costs by reducing the number of managed parts. It promotes efficient systems design by integrating electrical systems within the product's digital mock-up from the development cycle's early stages. By integrating harness design capabilities with schematics, flattening and manufacturing processes, DS solution reduces electrical systems development costs by minimizing downstream errors. Distribution panels. The major manufacturing supplying company engaged in manufacturing a wide range of superior quality high voltage power distribution panels, which are also known as distribution board for AC and DC powers from one device to others. These AC-DC power distribution panels help in offering maximum protection to the electrical devices which are affected during power cuts. The range that we manufacture is technologically advanced and is known for their robust construction, high performance and durability. These are used in different heavy-duty industries for smooth distribution of power support supply during power failures. It is easy to install and is user-friendly. These are stringently quality tested before being delivered to the clients. Our quality testers ensure that the distribution panels are of international quality range. Electronic equipment. The term electronic equipment is used for all systems which generally require very low voltage and power. These equipments are generally quiet in their operation. Let's know the meaning of heating, ventilation and air conditioning systems. Heating systems increase the temperature in a space to compensate for heat losses between the internal space and outside. Ventilation systems supply air to the space and extract polluted air from it. Cooling is needed to bring the temperature down in spaces where heat gains have arisen from people, equipment or the sun and are causing discomfort. Heating, ventilation and air conditioning systems vary widely in terms of size and the functions they perform. Some systems are large and central to the building services. These were probably designed when the building was originally commissioned and use ventilation to deliver heating and cooling. Other systems may provide heating through boilers and radiators with some limited ventilation to provide fresh air or cooling to certain parts of the building, such as meeting rooms. In some cases, individual comfort cooling units have been added to a building to overcome a specific overheating problem that had not been thought of at the time of the original design. Cool in the summer, warm in the winter. Airco Commercial Services is a product-independent, service-oriented HVAC specialist. They work on all major brands of heating, ventilation and air conditioning equipment and offer exceptional results. Maintaining a 2-hour response window, they assist commercial buildings with the following HVAC systems: boiler services, chilled water systems, chilled water, both primary and secondary, computer room systems, full chiller services, testing and balancing, constant air volume, variable air volume, energy efficiency and smart buildings. HVAC service that stands out. At Airco Commercial Services, they take commercial heating, ventilation and air conditioning service seriously. Trained to identify HVAC system needs early and prevent HVAC system downtime and costly repairs, their technicians handle on-site HVAC maintenance and repairs expertly. Based on current heating, ventilation and air conditioning system, they help plan HVAC maintenance and upgrades to keep budgets in line, and efficiency at a premium. Lighting maintenance is more than simply replacing lamps and ballasts when they fail. Facility managers today must manage their lighting resources, that is, fixtures, lamp, ballast inventory, labor, energy, to sustain the quality of a lighting system. The light output of our luminaries decreases with age and use, yet the energy input remains unchanged, extremely adaptive to gradually changing lighting conditions. Most occupants do not notice the gradual decline in light levels. Eventually, however, the reduction will affect the appearance of the space and the productivity and safety of the occupants. In the past, lighting designers have dealt with this problem by increasing the number of fixtures or lamps to compensate for the future light loss. Maintenance planning. Many maintenance managers are hesitant to replace lamps that are still operating, but group revamping and cleaning can be less expensive than sporadic spot maintenance. Through strategic planning and performance management of the overall lighting system, costs can be reduced and lighting quality improved. Tips for taking control of our lighting systems. Occupancy sensors have become the lighting control of choice for reducing wasted lighting energy in common area applications. Sensors can save energy and extend the life of lamps and ballasts. Using occupancy sensors lowers energy use by reducing the kilowatt hours of use, the power used during the peak demand period, either by automatically dimming lights or turning them off when they are not needed. A building's internal heat gains, cutting lighting use lowers the building's cooling needs. The challenge of effectively specifying occupancy sensors involves selecting the right sensor technology. Examples include ultrasonic, passive infrared, sound, or combination dual technology. Standard occupancy sensors also require manual adjustment of their sensitivity and time delay to avoid false triggering. Sensitivity controls determine the level of movement that will cause the sensor to activate the lighting system. Setting the sensitivity too high increases potential false on triggering, while setting the sensitivity too low increases the possibility for false off triggering. Using sensors to turn down or turn off lighting systems can reduce energy costs, and when applied correctly, they can improve working conditions and comfort for building occupants. Security encompasses areas such as security of the property itself, company assets, employees and customers' personal belongings and valuables, life security, personal security, etc. In all workplaces, management stipulates that it is not responsible for valuables and employees' personal belongings, their handbags, items kept in the personal lockers, etc. Yet, management must take all possible measures to prevent theft among employees and of employee belongings through its hiring practices and through the implementation of effective management, human resources and operational policies such as background checks of selected applicants, policies related to employees' entry to and exit from the workplace, spot checks of locker rooms and lockers, effective supervision and control during the work cycle, policies related to the discovery of criminal records and wrongdoing among and by employees, control of people entering and exiting the workplace. With regard to guest valuables, management informs guests that the hotel is not responsible for valuables left in the room, advising them to secure these in safety deposit boxes provided by the hotel. Besides taking care of security issues related to the people they employ, management must undertake some necessary measures, among which providing secure safety deposit boxes and areas to keep valuables, policies and practices to ensure the security of these boxes and areas, management and operational policies regarding the security of guest rooms, management and operational policies regarding the security of public areas, security policies and practices for the back of the house areas, employment and training of security personnel, policies and practices to minimize the presence and patronage of shady characters and criminals, verification of registration and check in personal data and documentation submitted, and curtailing free movement of unknowns on the premises, as well as direct free-flowing communication with local, national and international security authorities, training of staff in guest and valuable security, effective supervision and control procedures. Some of the security measures taken by hotels: key card locks. While key card locks on guest rooms are quickly becoming the standard, some hotels still do not take advantage of the added safety provided to guests. Guest room locking systems these days include punch and magnetic key cards, which have locks with flash memory and other productivity linked functions. The system can directly be linked with PMS. Security guards. Most hotels do not have security guards, while some employ them only at night. At Best Western Sterling Inn, we have our own staff of trained security guards working 24 hours every day to provide the best in safety and security for our guests. Security cameras. Few hotels have security cameras with digital technology, intelligent access central system, software interface with CCTV for matching undesirable visitors and criminals, interfacing with motion detectors, pocket lie detectors and spy cameras, and use of biometric readers like hand key reader or face recognition system, etc. Fire alarms. While most hotels now have smoke detectors and fire alarms, some hotels have a state-of-the-art alarm system with smoke detectors in each guest room and throughout the entire complex that is monitored 24 hours a day, 7 days per week, that pinpoints the exact point of the alarm, allowing our security staff to respond immediately to the area of any alarm condition. Emergency power. Very few hotels have any provision for emergency power in case of an electrical outage, while a few hotels provide limited emergency standby power to provide elevator service and some lighting. Some hotels have a 2 megawatt standby generator that provides 100% emergency power that can provide uninterrupted guest service during a power outage. Now, in the end, let us summarize what we have learnt in this lecture. The facility systems for a manufacturing facility may include the envelope, structure and enclosed elements, power, light, gas, heat, ventilation, air conditioning, water and sewage needs. The water and wastewater systems sector is vulnerable to a variety of attacks, including contamination with deadly agents, physical attacks such as the release of toxic gaseous chemicals, and cyber attacks. The most important step in the direction of finding solutions to issues of water and environmental conservation is to change people's attitudes and habits. The light output of luminaries decreases with age and use, yet the energy input remains unchanged, extremely adaptive to gradually changing lighting conditions. Most occupants do not notice the gradual decline in light levels. An emerging water quality concern is the impact of personal care products and pharmaceuticals such as birth control pills, painkillers and antibiotics on aquatic ecosystems.